Previous President Donald Trump is on trial in modern New York City, where he is confronting crime charges related to a 2016 Quiet Cash installment to grown-up film on-screen character Stormy Daniels. It marks the primary time in history that a previous U.S. president has been attempted on criminal charges. Trump final April pleaded not guilty to a 34-count prosecution charging him with distorting commerce records in association with a hush cash payment his then-attorney Michael Cohen made to Daniels and arranged to boost his discretionary prospects within the 2016 presidential decision. Jury selection could take up to 2 weeks, with the whole trial anticipated to final between 6 and 8 weeks. Individuals of the indictment and the defense, counting the previous president, stood briefly as Judge Juan Merchan entered the court and took his situate on the seat. Manhattan area lawyer Alvin Bragg entered the court in the blink of an eye. Sometime recently, court went into session. Trump calls trial assault on America. Previous President Trump arrived at the court at 9:32 a.m. flanked by individuals of his lawful group. In brief comments to correspondents on the way in, he called his criminal trial an ambush on America. "Nothing like this has ever happened sometime recently," Trump said, stamping his to begin with comments of the day, as he gets to be the primary former American president to confront criminal charges. "There's no case," he said. "This can be political abuse." Trump too assaulted President Joe Biden and said the case ought to not go forward. Upon entering the courtroom, he sat at the defendant's table as his attorneys and court officers buzzed around him. Individuals of DA's team arrive. A few individuals of the Manhattan District Attorney's Office have arrived within the court. Procedures are planned to start at 9:30 a.m. ET. Trump arrives at courthouse. Previous President Trump has arrived at the courthouse in Lower Manhattan. He ventured out of his motorcade, waved, and strolled into the side entrance. A little gather of supporters and dissidents both cheered and booed his entry. Trump in course to courthouse. Previous President Trump is in course to the courthouse in Lower Manhattan for this morning's procedures. The previous president cleared out for the courthouse from Trump Tower in Midtown Manhattan. Court may begin with hearing on Trump affirming. Court this morning may begin with a hearing over what prosecutors can inquire Trump amid cross-examination should he take the stand afterward within the trial. The judge would listen contentions from both the individuals and the defense. The procedures would at that point move into jury determination afterward within the morning. Prosecutors have shown they would need to cross-examine Trump on approximately 13 distinctive court judgments, including the later gracious finding that he sexually abused columnist E. Jean Carroll, the criminal conviction of the Trump Organization last year, the finding that he committed a decade of business extortion, and the disintegration of his charity, agreeing to sources commonplace with the matter. The hearing, known as a Sandoval hearing, is standard Hone sometime recently jury choice and regularly happens when a respondent signals a readiness to affirm. In a recording final month, Trump's legal counselors asked a Sandoval hearing to restrain the scope of Trump's potential cross-examination on the off chance that he opted to affirm. Jury choice set to start. Previous President Trump will take off his Trump Tower loft in Midtown Manhattan this morning and travel down to Lower Manhattan for the first day of jury choice in his criminal quiet cash trial. The procedures come after Trump unsuccessfully tried 3 times last week to delay the begin of the trial through the recording of requests. As a litigant in a criminal case, the previous president will be required to be in court for the entire trial, which is anticipated to require 6 to 8 weeks.